The red light is on. My name is Emilio Sansone. I graduated from OCI's Culinary Management Associates of Science.
My name is Sarah Ruth Meyer.
I'm Yoli Solano, and I'm here with my family.
Hi, I'm Sarah Weiss, and I am here today. I just graduated from OCI for the baking and pastry program, and I took the weekend program. I graduated with highest honors.
We'll support our family here, my husband Julio and my daughter Christina, and wish our son could be here, Julio Jr.
Here with my baker man father. This is Mr. Daniel Sansone.
This is my mother Kay, and my father Dave. This is my dad, Scott Weiss, my sister Debbie Weiss, and my mama Gail Weiss.
And today was my walking ceremony.
I actually live in Florence. I'm about 3 hours away because I'm a nutcase. And so it allowed me to keep my full-time job in Florence and pay for school, essentially, and still be able to do the program and commute back and forth. It actually gave me the ability to do so without having to move.
Totally on Sarah.
Yeah.
She decided she was going to culinary school. She came home and said, this is where I'm going. I'm paying for it. It's my passion. It's important to me. It's my choice. And please wish me well.
I think that made the biggest difference, though, was I paid for it on my own. I commuted, and that commute actually pushed me harder than anything else. You don't get up at 4 in the morning and drive 3 hours to dink around while you're in school. You're there to push as hard as you can and get everything you can get out of that 8 hours. Otherwise, it's just a waste of your day.
History in his family, we're all have our hands in food industry. My whole family's always been involved with pizzerias or Italian restaurants and things of that nature. So it wasn't a far stretch for me. Being that he's the artistic type, it made sense because it is an art form, I believe. But really his inspirations have been more than just me. My mother, domestic goddess, my father, he was an artist of sorts, and my grandfather, my grandmother, all of them. So he grew up in an Italian family with a lot of good food. So it's no surprise to me. And as always, I'm always supportive of him. So, you know, yeah, go for it. Do what you want to do what you love. I've always said do what you love.
My dad was so kind as to bring along this prop to show where I did my externship, which was at Saveur magazine in New York City. I worked in their test kitchen. It was a blast. If I'm being completely honest with these guys, I think they were a little bit skeptical of the whole culinary thing. My mom actually has a background. My mom was actually a food writer in the 80s and 90s for Food Day magazine. And I think she was exposed to a lot of maybe the grittiness of the 80s and 90s culinary scene, and was maybe, I don't know, were you a little apprehensive about me going into culinary?
No, I thought if you were really going to go into food, you should have that background. I wasn't sure if that's exactly what you wanted, but it became very apparent once you started putting in ridiculous hours and completely throwing yourself into it. It became obvious that it was the right thing, and it was going to give you the training to do whatever it is that is going to come next, or the many things that will come next.
You know, I mean, there were challenges, but we were steadfast. We just kept going, and we didn't stop. And I think that's just kind of the strength of our family, and I think the strength that you get from OCI, because they're pushing you and they're supporting you and they're believing in you, and I think that's just where we draw our strength from, and we just keep going forward. You know, I don't believe they felt neglected. I sometimes felt, you know, as a mother, I feel like I'm ignoring them, but they were okay and I was okay, and we just kept going and we didn't stop, and they didn't stop believing in me, and I didn't stop believing that I could accomplish this, and I think it's awesome.
Done a great job. She worked really hard. You know, there were times when she was doing homework at 1, 2 in the morning, so that shows that she wanted to really accomplish this, and I congratulate her. You know, she's an awesome student, and she's always been a great cook, but now she's a chef.
Well, I'm really happy that my mom finished school, and she's done a really great job throughout this time that she's been here, and it's just really amazing how far she's gone just to get to this point in her life.
He's pretty easygoing guy, so I believe whatever he can think of, he can achieve. So I'm pretty sure I'm that confident in him.
And good job, kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sarah. We love you.
It's always a good day when you can get her dad to leave.
Congratulations, you guys. Very cool. You're going to make me cry now, so I'm going to turn this off. But